Hey everyone, so time for, I'm out of breath because I was chasing my daughter a second ago, but time for the forecast for the collective. Now this is going to be for March. However, as I'm always saying, it's timeless. So even if you see this at a time that's not March or a year that's not 2024, you can still have messages apply. And you know, those of you who've been following me, subscribed to me for a long time, you can go ahead and skip ahead to the general reading. But for those of you that are new, what I do is I'll do a general reading for the month and then I'll get into each week. But what I mean by this being timeless is that there's a couple ways you can use this if you see this in a time that is not March of 2024. You can either listen to the general reading for the month and apply it to whatever month you're in, and messages can still apply if you were drawn to this reading. You can also, like, let's say you're in week 1 of October. You can click on week 1 if you want to do that, down below in the description box with the timestamps for this reading, and apply it to that week that you're in. Or you can kind of treat it like a pick a card and select whatever you feel drawn to and the messages can apply. So that's what I mean by that. This is just Olipop root beer in my chalice glass. But let's go ahead and jump on in and start off with the general reading for the month. I'm going to be using one of my retired decks, well, out of print decks right now. And yes, I write on the back of my cards, the thing I started doing these days. But this is the Archer's December Oracle deck. Archer is my maiden name for those of you who don't know. It's out of print right now. I may bring it back at some point for those of you who have been asking. I'm strongly thinking about it, considering it. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do so, to reintroduce my cards, or if I want to change them up again or create new ones. But yes, that's one of the decks, Oracle decks I had created. And I'm also going to be working with the African American Tarot. So let's jump on in. Something I'm hearing is that if you are someone who has had like some increase in bills, or like more bills to pay, don't worry, because more money is going to be coming in to contribute to that increase. This could be coming through you, or like if you're married or something, it could be coming through you or your partner, or both, whoever needed to hear that. Again, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can. The information is down below in the description box also, where you can go to my website. And yes, I have also finally created a TikTok. It's spelled just like it is on here, PsychicGoddessErika. Just like my business Instagram, like it's spelled on here, PsychicGoddessErika. So go follow me on there too. Okay, back to the general message. But yeah, that came through about the whole money thing, increase in bills, whatnot. There's going to be money coming in to cover it. And that may or may not be necessarily in March. That's just a message I heard, so I shared it. It could be at some point, you know, this year, whatever year you're seeing this. Okay, so we have the Chariot. So things are moving forward, overcoming struggle, leaving the storm behind you, leaving the chaos behind you, moving to a place of more balance and success. Some of you may also be more focused on travel, or focused on moving, relocating, focused on being in a new environment, creating a new environment, redecorating, reorganizing, rebuilding. And that can come in many forms too. I also get the sense that March is going to be bringing in a time of seeing more clearly where seeing more clearly how you have grown, seeing more clearly who and what needs to be left behind you, seeing more clearly where the chaos started, what the root cause was. Were you the problem? Was it someone else? Was it a combination? You know what I mean? Beginning to see more clearly so that you can now begin to continue to move in a better direction, continue to make better choices, continue to fuel your dreams in a healthy way, or go after. For some of you, what I'm hearing, this may apply to a small group of people, but if it applies to more than great. But some of you, it feels like before, it's like you have been drawn to chasing the chaos, like drawn to the drama for some reason, fueled off the drama for some reason, or like it's like chasing a tornado in a way. It felt exciting, whatever it is you were continuously drawn to or what you thought you wanted, but at the end of the day, it was not. It could bring chaos. It could even be dangerous. It was just not the best for you. It wasn't the smartest thing either. You know what I mean? In whatever way or form it was putting you in harm's way, now you're beginning to see like, wow, my mindset is maturing. My mindset is changing. I don't even want to go after things that are like that anymore. You want peace. You want balance. You want consistency. You want security rather than the excitement of competition, or rather than the excitement of the challenge. You know what I mean? There's a difference between like wanting to go after something that's a challenge because your ego wants you to just prove something or validate something, versus wanting to go after a challenge because you want to grow stronger, you want to be better, you want to become better, and challenging yourself in a healthier way. There's differences, if that makes sense. Let's see what else coming through. I keep seeing something about June to July timeframe being significant, and this just flew out. We have that was the past. So March, you're definitely beginning to see what needs to be left in the past, and also maybe to stop dwelling in the past. Change is happening. You can't live in the past. You can't keep romanticizing the past, whatever it might be. You can't even recreate the past. You can learn from it, acknowledge it, grow from it. But back to it. I was hearing something about June to July being significant. Whatever upcoming June to July, whenever the next upcoming June to July is for you, whenever you're seeing this, it feels significant. It feels for a good reason. You know, there may be moments where it's like silver lining or blessing in disguise vibes, but it does feel like for a positive reason. And then we also have the message here of Queen to Be. So for some of you, this is, again, just tapping into more of that mystery energy, confidence energy, regardless of how you identify gender-wise. It doesn't matter. It's like more of like putting across a sense of intrigue and confidence, because it's a real confidence, not a fake one. You know, not sharing so much of what your plans are, what you have going on, because it's nobody's business, and you just kind of surprise them with the results. That's the vibe I'm getting from this message. Also, Spirit is saying it's like you have not even reached your peak yet. You have not even grown into that. You haven't even reached your highest level of success yet. You're still growing into it. And so there's still a lot to look forward to, is another way I'm seeing that message. And for some of you, I'm also feeling like you have a support of someone who has like a queen energy in your life. They have your back. They help you grow. They help you see. They are nurturing. They also bring a lot of value into your life, but you also value them. This could be a romantic partner. This could be a friendship. This could be a family member. This could be a teacher, you know. This could be an ancestor or a spirit guide, like however it's resonating for you. So that's what I see for the general messages for the month. Now let's get into each week. Week 1, if I could pick up the card. We have the Lovers. I'm just censoring it a little bit because I don't know how YouTube is going to act with the image. But we have the Lovers. And I also see the message of put in work. So the kind of relationships that last, and that's relationship in any sense or form, romantic or platonic or business or family, etc., friendships, the kind of relationships that last, that have the kind of genuine true love where you continuously choose to love every day, like you show up and you choose to love that person and vice versa, there's some work that needs to be put into it. Now let me clarify, I don't necessarily agree with the statements that like love is hard or love is complicated. I feel like love should feel like love, but it to continue to show up every day in a longer term sense of it, there is some work that needs to be put involved, because you guys need to be doing the self work to continue to become the best versions of self and to continue to grow and evolve and change with time, as we should be. Because as we age, as we grow, we become different people, we have different needs. And so sometimes it means putting in work to make sure that you guys are reevaluating that you and this person or this group of people, or even like something you love, like a job or a project or a hobby, are you still in alignment with it or not? You know what I mean? And or are you still on that same page? And if not, then what can you do to improve it? You know what I mean? So there is a certain element of work, you know what I mean? Also in the sense of like continuously making sure that you're putting in the self-work, so that you're loving yourself the way need be, so that you can show up in a good way for the people you love. That's important as well. It's also a time of some of you wanting to choose a path of actual work, like job, career that you love. So you may be in this place of like reevaluating that kind of a partnership with self and the career that you've chosen, or maybe you didn't choose it, maybe you fell into it, or maybe you had to do it out of survival, you know what I mean? But now you're in this place of reevaluating, okay, what do I love? How do I get there? What work needs to be done so I can get to that next step? That is an energy I'm seeing with this as well. For some of you, again, this may not apply to everyone, general message, but for some of you, it feels like your partner, you need to have more discussions with your partner on like how you can balance out like the household work or duties. That is coming up as well. Let me see if there's anything else coming through. I'm seeing and tasting pineapple, but immediately all I thought was, whoa, that's sweet. So I think that there's an element of sweetness that is like life is getting sweeter for some reason during this time. Maybe you see the results of it, or maybe it's something you just feel and it's like coming, it's manifesting. That's something I'm seeing. And also maybe it's also a time of just being extra sweet to people that are sensitive in your life right now. Okay, so now let's go into week 2. Week 2? Okay, let me just show it to you. This is the 5 of Swords, but where my eyes went was this lion, and this lion doesn't look happy. This lion looks like it's angry. This lion looks like it might be keeping a close eye, right? But what I'm getting from this is like, for some of you, people that you have been in conflicts with, they're still keeping tabs on you. They're still watching from a distance. Maybe they're watching your social media or online, or keeping tabs. Like, you might not have even talked to them in a long time, but they still know what you're up to because they're still paying attention. For others of you, and again, maybe some of these resonate with you, maybe all of it will resonate with you. Take what resonates, release what doesn't, because again, general. But for some of you, it's like you were collateral damage in someone else's drama. You're this cheetah here. It feels like these two might have had some beef. And like you were caught in the middle. So it's like and in the sense of it, like you ended up getting hurt. Like maybe you did nothing to person A, but person A continued to only share a one-sided perspective, or only share their version of things, which is distorted, or talked crap about you to person C, D, E, F, 1, 2, and 3. And so those other people now see you a certain way, even though you had either did nothing wrong to them, or you didn't really have a relationship with them. But now they have a version of you. Maybe they have now treated you a certain way or casted you out, and you got hurt in the middle of it. You were collateral damage, even though you did nothing. It was their beef, their struggle, right? But just let them think or believe whatever distorted reality they've come up with. You know what I mean? You're always going to be the villain in somebody's story. It's just a way of removing who is not supposed to move forward with you into the next chapter, who is not really on your same vibration. For some of you, this is a message more so that I'm getting of like, maybe this is maybe I'm seeing in a different version of this story now. So again, it's like I'm reading this image more intuitively, right? And I'm seeing different versions of what this story is telling for different people. So whatever one you resonates with you is for you. Or maybe there's multiple versions that resonate with you. Those are for you. Another version of this story is this person is in a place of fighting for what they need, survival, victory. Maybe they were attacked once by this energy here, and now maybe this energy over here, this lion vibe, is like they've seen what happened and they feel like they need to protect their own, but they also now see you in a certain light, because you've overcome, you've won a battle, you're in this victorious light now. But for some reason, they may not feel like, they may have more of like an envious or jealous vibe about it, because they are struggling or trying to survive themselves. Like they're still in victim or survival mode. And so there's that. And the flip side of that for other people is like, you may still feel like you're the victim. You may still feel like you're the one taking the fall for other people's wrongdoings. But don't worry, because the scales will tip again and you can overcome. Like the scales will tip again, and basically if someone else did you wrong, the universe will handle that in divine timing. Don't worry about other people getting away with things, basically, when they have been doing wrong, because the universe will handle that basically in divine time. And what I'm also seeing, some of you may be, in this just energy of just misunderstandings, conflict. No one's really seeing eye to eye. And that's okay. It's temporary. It'll just show you maybe it's a time to reevaluate, who you're putting your energy towards, what you're putting your energy towards. And it's also a time of manifestation in week 2. What you're manifesting, what you're trying to overcome, what you're creating for yourself in this next chapter, Spirit is saying it's going to come together at some point. It's just that some of these experiences you're having may be like changing your perspective a bit, so that, because for some of you, what you were attempting to manifest was in conflict with what you were actually asking for. I'll give you an example. You're manifesting, such a cliche, you're manifesting true love. That's what you're asking for. That's what you're attempting to manifest. But you're doing it in a way with someone in mind that is showing you that they don't have true love for you. That's in conflict to what you're actually asking for, but you think you want that over there. Spirit is maybe having experiences come across to you so that you see that that is not matching what you're asking for. So maybe stop trying to manifest that certain person that you think you want in your mind. Just an example. Apply it to however that makes sense. Maybe it's career, maybe it's job, etc. But yeah, that's what I see. So week 2 is a time of like a teeter-totter between moments of feeling stable in your decisions and who you are now and what you're about, versus like sometimes feeling at conflict or at odds with certain change or certain ways of seeing things. But it's all for a reason, it's all lessons. Week 3, we have the Hermit. Just focus on yourself. Put quite simply, focus on yourself, your journey, worry about you first. Stop worrying about other people's drama. Stop worrying about what's going on in their life. Worry about you. I also feel it's a time of you realizing who and what is a vibrational match for you and who isn't. I'm hearing say no if you have to. Some of you may also just need to stay in the house. And just reevaluate. A lot of reevaluation taking place during this time. A lot of you, I feel, are looking backwards and growing wiser from the choices you've been making. Some of you have been trying to keep the peace. And in that, okay, so one of the ways that my gift works, sometimes I'll see flashes of things happening in my own life, and it's not me trying to make a reading about me. It's how I sometimes can relay a clairsentient feeling I'm getting in a way that I personally have experienced, because some other people or you may be experiencing that yourself. I was talking to a friend today, and she was saying like how sometimes when certain people are like a mutual friend between other groups of friends that are at odds with each other, right? That person may be trying to keep the peace or like coming across as not problematic, but in doing so, sometimes that can be enabling bad behavior on someone else's side, on one of the group of friends' side, right? Because you know this person did something dirty and hurt this person over here, and you're like the mutual friend, despite what you keep seeing these people do, well, one group of persons doing, you know what I mean? So I say that to say, like, if you're the peacekeeper, sometimes it's better to get real with yourself and who you are, and that may take taking space away from it all, and then actually choosing a side. You know, you can't always have lots and lots of people in your life just because you're afraid of them viewing you a certain way, because it's not really about you in a sense. Like, their drama is not about you, but actually choosing people that feel like home to you is about you. So I think that's why Spirit is saying pick a side, because all of these people do not actually match and feel like home to you. So you don't need to be the middle person or the peacekeeper. Hopefully that is making sense with whoever needed to hear it. Because again, week 3 is all about reevaluating who and what is a vibrational match for you and who is not, while you have this alone time. It's also a time of like moving forward, reflecting so that you can figure out what's your path ahead. How are you going to navigate through this unknown territory of the next steps of your journey in life? You know, you have the answers within you. They're not outside of you, but you need that alone time to figure that out. Week 4, we have Page of Wands energy. So there's a lot this week that I think you're going to be noticing the nonsense and immaturity of people. Like, I get this feeling of you feeling irritated. Someone may even be a bit defensive, but it's coming across in a way that's like very immature. Like, whoa, why are you so defensive right now? You know what I mean? You're triggered, you're defensive, but it's like how you're responding, how you're acting from impulse is immature. Maybe that applies to you too, but or maybe it's someone else. But it's this energy of like immaturity that's coming up. The other story I'm seeing in this is more of an energy of like, I'm not giving up. It's been a struggle before, but I'm not backing down. I'm taking a first step in the right direction towards my own personal development. So take whatever resonates with you, whichever story is speaking to you, or maybe it's both. Spirit is saying that like whatever it is you've been manifesting all month, it does require action. It does require putting a foot forward. Like you can't manifest and then just sit there. There's an action that needs to follow up with it in order to make something happen. Example, better paying job. You can't just be like, oh, I'm manifesting a better paying job, but you never apply to anything, or you never create a job for yourself, or you never create a business for yourself, or you never invest money into something. You know what I mean? There's an action required to get to that better paying job. Just an example. We also have for week 4, no more drama. So this week, this month, and the whole year, I'm hearing, just so you know, is about how can you have less drama in your life? How can you detach from drama? Removing yourself from the drama, choosing peace, choosing people, choosing situations, choosing environments that have less drama, knowing when to stand your ground and knowing when to just be silent and observe and walk away. Or detach or have distance or block or mute or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's what I see going on. If you made it this far, I'm seeing lots of fire in some of these images. So send me a fire emoji and let me know how things are resonating with you. Like this video, please, for algorithm. And subscribe to my channel if you want to. Again, if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can. All that information from my website and whatnot is down below in the description box, as well as the timestamps in every reading, as well as if you want to tip me for the reading, you can by buying me a coffee, and that information is down below in the description. And I will talk to you guys another time. Bye.